Hi, I've got 4 standards for this coaching conversation video that I'm going to be showcasing. The first one, focus upon student learning as a driving force for curriculum instruction and instructional decision making. Coach staff and teachers on the evaluation of student performances. Use comprehensive knowledge of subject matter and student development to provide resources and coaching to colleagues designed to enhance their ability to select, organize, and present factual, conceptual, and procedural knowledge in ways that deepen all students' understanding within and across content areas. And then collaborate with colleagues in using strategies such as flexible grouping, differentiation, broad curricular perspectives, and alternative assessments to help ensure objective instruction and assessment. Hey, Miss Swirl, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Miss Kilgore?
Good. I know you've been working on teaching your students to recognize the letters in their name. So how is that going? What does your data show?
Well, my data is showing that most of my kids are moving forward. I have one that is already in the column of knowing all of his letters, but I just have these 2 that cannot even identify their first initial. And we have worked and worked and worked. I've sent information to him with parents. I'm just kind of struggling with what to try next.
Okay, so have you tried, what instructional strategies have you done with your whole group?
In whole group, we do go over flashcards, but I try not to make that a focus because I think it's boring for kids. We do a lot of activities with picture cards and having them say the word, and I'll help them identify the sound that it begins with. And one of the main things we do at the beginning is focus on their names because that's relevant to them and they recognize, oh, M just begins my name too.
Yeah,
so
that's a great strategy. Well, have you tried pulling any of these kids into a small group and maybe differentiating, trying different strategies with the ones that are just not there yet? What are some things you can think of that you could try with those that you haven't tried yet?
We do pull them into small groups and try to limit choices in front of them as far as maybe only putting 2 or 3 letters down, letting them manipulate the plastic magnetic letters. I'm thinking something sensory would be good, maybe tracing with their finger and shaving cream.
Yeah, shaving cream. I was going to say a lot of like kinesthetic activities you can do with them, anything to get them up and moving and bring that kinesthetic aspect into it.
So maybe some songs would be good.
Songs would be good. Now, this is pretty amazing. This kid who already knows all 52 of his letters. So I'm curious, is he ready to move on to maybe putting a sound with a letter?
I think so. We are starting him with letter sounds. We in whole group have been practicing blending onset and rhyme, and I think he is probably ready to go on to some CBC blending. He's very smart, very vocal, and loves to participate, so I think he would be good doing it in whole group and small group.
Okay. Well, and maybe some of these other ones also who are really close, you can group them together with him in your small group, and I bet some of them are probably ready to do some sound letter correspondence. With these few that you've got here that are just not progressing, let's keep a check on them. Let's do maybe a weekly assessment and gather that data, and let's check in weekly and see and change our strategies maybe if you're not seeing any progress still.
Okay.
And see what we can do to help them.
Thank you for the advice.
You're welcome. Thank you, Miss Swirl. Your students are lucky to have you.
Thank you.